Hello, boxing fans around the world. Thank you for joining us once again here on Female Friday on Knuckle Up, featuring Mike Orr at 4. Woo! We got a special one today.
Yeah, we do. We're
not well, first of all, because
Cody Crawley was unable to make it today. Called me nice and early this morning to reschedule. Has been moved up to this time right now. So unfortunately, sparring and boxing becomes before the interview. So, without training, there is no boxer. Without no boxer, there is no interview. So done. So that being said, because we did Female Thursday,
yes,
I figured this Female Friday, we talk about some things that are going on around in the boxing world that, have come up. And it's, should women have 3-minute rounds in boxing? The men have it in championship rounds. It's 3 minutes, 12 rounds. The women feel like they're getting the short end of the stick there. A lot of them feel that it would benefit the sport, boosting fan base, allowing for actual knockouts to happen in some of these fights. Maybe more money, lots of things. But there are some naysayers. There are some definite naysayers. But if you want to argue against human beings being engaged in combat sports overall, out of principle, in respect to this, let's be real. Against women fighting 3-minute rounds and women in combat sports in general, people weren't having it at all up until 2012, really, like letting women fight in the Olympics as boxers, which was ridiculous because we've already had women fighting in MMA. And this is another thing. Already in MMA, man, the women fight 5-minute rounds, the same as the men. So what is the difference? What is the difference, really? Why are people against this? Why are they not giving them the exact things that they want, man? Clarissa Shields is big time behind this. A lot of the other highly decorated female boxers out there are also behind this. The World Boxing Council argues against 3-minute rounds for women, citing sources including the UCLA School of Medicine about the propensity for women to suffer a higher percentage of concussions, the so-called pink concussion. The statistics were debunked in a superb 2018 article in The Ringer. You guys can go check that out. The number of opinions cited don't seem to exist. If there was real concern, let's fund some real studies and find out what's going on. Of course, the concussion risk in boxing is determined by a large part of the dangerous effects of dehydration caused by weight cutting. The male human body is 60% water. The women are about 55%. The brain is 73%. And it sits within a skull, protected by fluids that provide shock absorption and facilitates brain function. So realistically, it has nothing to do with gender. So what the hell is the problem here? Why are these people not allowing women to have what they want and have that equal opportunity that the men are having in boxing today? That is what I would like to know. And you know what? For all the people watching out there, comment, please. Let me know your concerns. What do you think? Do you think women should be, have these 3-minute rounds? Do you believe they shouldn't have these 3-minute rounds? Because honestly, some of these women, man, you're watching these 10-round championship fights and they're only 2 minutes. You feel like you're getting ripped off because these women have a lot more to offer. That's what I believe. Graham, we've watched it numerous times on these fights over and over again. And, prime example, Ebony Bridges, Shannon Courtney, they were banging it out, man. Those rounds could have been 3 minutes easily in a fight like that. Clarissa Shields, her last fight, man, when she became the GOAT, same thing. All these women are looking for equal opportunity, and, there are people that just aren't willing to give it, man. Lou DiBella, another one who's against it. I'm surprised because he does have a lot of women on his roster. But, Shannon Courtney insists that female boxers would get more knockouts if they were allowed to box 3-minute rounds. The WBC president believes that 2-minute rounds is for the safety of the women. The biggest fight in women boxing is over a minute. That is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard in my life. 1 minute. This is the biggest argument in women's boxing. And you know what? It was in the headlines. It was talked about. And now all of a sudden it's just disappeared again. And just like a fart in the wind, man. It's gone. It's just gone. And people just like they're not touching on the subject anymore, man. And I want to bring it back up because I believe that women should get these equal opportunities. And you know what? There should be no reason why they're fighting in their championship matches with 2-minute rounds rather than 3-minute rounds when these women are training the same way, as hard and if not harder than some of these men. That's the problem. It's a big problem. And you know what? I want to hear what you guys have to think. I want to hear what you guys think about this. So, guys, hit me up with those comments, man. Let me know what you believe. Let me know if you're nay or yay. Just let us know, man. We want to know. We want to help this movement move. Women should have 3-minute rounds. There should be no discrimination because they are women. They're built just like us. I just gave you some little statistics. We know we're full of water, man. We're meant to take these punches. So, guys, it's not about them being just women. It's dehydration. If they're cutting weight wrong and they're dehydrating themselves to the point, that's where the damage comes from. There's probably been roughly about 355 or so deaths since the 1800s when they brought in that. You know what? I wish I could remember the damn.
The Queensborough.
Yes, there it is. Thank you, Graham. I knew you were something else other than just good looks. But yes, there's been roughly about 350 deaths in the ring since then, or like in the result, not in the ring, but as a result of being in the ring. You know what? So realistically, 2-minute rounds, 3-minute rounds, it doesn't really make a difference, man. You know what? It might build this fan base for these women to be able to see these women fight in these big matches that are 3-minute rounds. These women can fight it, man. We know they can. Half of them don't even look tired when they're done. We're not giving them the equal opportunity to put on the show that we know they can put on to entertain us. You know what I think it is? Maybe the men are afraid. Maybe the women are going to show them up if we give them that extra minute, eh? Who knows? But you will never hear me stop talking about this for sure. Women need 3-minute rounds, so we should give it to them, man. WBC, get off your ass, man. Get your head out of the clouds. You know what? Don't argue with it. Don't steamroll it over. Don't push it out of the headlines. Just listen to what we have to say here, man. Give us what we want. Give the women what they want, which is equal opportunity and a chance to make money and really build women's boxing so that we can stop calling it women's boxing. You heard it here. It's Mike Orr at 4 for Female Friday. Graham, what do you think? 3-minute rounds?
I would first like to say, though, that in defense of organizational changes, we did see a reduction from 15 rounds to 12 rounds to provide a more quality level of entertainment within that time span. Okay. I don't think it was done for safety reasons or health reasons. I think it was done to create a more fighting environment, a better fighting environment. So I might counter propose, and you have 3 hours to think about it before we meet each other again on the panel.
Yes.
That in fact we reduce men's fighting rounds to 2 minutes.
Right.
Because the argument is they will go after each other a lot quicker and a lot harder within those 2 minutes, as opposed to doing the dance, feeling each other out, waiting till the 6th round, that kind of crap that we hear all the time. I like the Mike Tyson kind of style, go in there quick, knock him out, leave.
I do. But when you're watching these, smaller weight divisions where the knockouts aren't so often, it's nice to see a long round with great technical boxing. Back foot boxing, off that back foot, playing the counter game. And you know what? In these smaller weight classes, you're not going to see the knockouts all the time. So you definitely want to see a show. But you know what? I'd rather see the show for 3 minutes than a show for 2 minutes. Get my money's worth.
Well, okay. If you want to, the other argument too, then is as I read off like the daily news,
right?
I see all the time 4-round bouts, 6-round bouts, 8-round bouts. So not all bouts are equal in this, whether it's men or women, quite frankly. So why are some fighters getting 4-round bouts? Why are, you know what I mean? Like, who determines this?
Well, you know what? I'm not too sure who determines this, but I know that there were certain boxers that in their contracts Someone like Butterbean, for instance, who, was a complete giant round man that looked like King Hippo from Mike Tyson's Punch-Out. Great bar brawler, great boxer, knocks people out, but it's in his contract, man. He doesn't fight more than 4 rounds because he can't go any more than that. But I believe that women are being paid less because they're not working as hard, and that's what it looks like. It looks like they're not working as hard because they're not fighting as much. Female boxers, especially Clarissa Shields, right, have been asking for promotional brands and event organizers for a long time to extend the duration of each round and bring women's boxing equivalent to men's in every aspect. But still, yet, it hasn't been heard. And they have a good reason for this demand. Not only female boxers can last 12 rounds, but they can also make more money with each round of 3 minutes. So, here it is again. You guys are fighting 2 minutes in these championship matches with 10 rounds. The men are fighting 3 minutes with 12 rounds. There's no equal pay there, right? And we're trying to bring it across the board, an equal opportunity for these fighters, because they're all fighters at the end of the day. It's not just they're male, it's not just they're female. They are fighters. They are prize fighters. They're doing this for money. You know what? We got to give them every opportunity to be able to make money. And if they're making less money because they're fighting less time, why don't we just give them the time that they ask for and let the women do what they can do? And that's box. At the end of the day, that's what we're here for, to see boxing. The bigger the fight duration, the more they have to execute great knockouts or finish off the fight in style. With the likes of Top Ranks boss Bob Arum, he's in favor of 3-minute rounds for women's boxing. So it seems like the extension might be around the corner, but only time will tell. So guys, watching, thank you for tuning in to this fantastic Female Friday. Drop us some comments. Let us know what you think about the 2 or 3-minute round argument, if you are nay or may. But yes, we will definitely get back to you. We'll definitely touch on this topic again. I may bring this up tonight on the panel.
I think we should.
Bring this. This is a nice topic for discussion on the panel. We'll definitely bring it up tonight. So guys, thanks for tuning in. Unfortunately, we didn't have no Cody Crawley. We'll get him in next week. Training comes first, guys. That's what this world is. It's boxing. And we know without the boxers, there's no interviews. So you got to let them box. That being said, it's your boy Mike Orr coming to you from the studios live. TalkinFight.com. Jab that like, hook, subscribe, knock us out those comments. We'll see you tonight on the panel at 7, same time, same channel. Knuckle up.
Done. Thank you.
Yeah, man.